Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Vault. My name is Rob. In today's discussion video, we're going to take a look at another movie from the Marlene Dietrich, Josef Von Sternberg at Paramount box set that was released by Indicator. Today we are looking at the movie Blonde Venus, once again with some fantastic artwork here, and the cover art is kind of like the old school illustration. I really like those, that artwork, and inside you have possibly a German poster in there and the disc art and everything you need to know about the movie on the back of the cover there. So a couple of quick notes about this one. 1932 again, 94 minutes long, 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio. It's kind of interesting as we move through these films that the aspect ratio gets wider and wider. 1.13, 1.33 and now 1.37 to 1. Mono audio of course, and black and white picture. Looks fantastic. This once again is a 4K restoration by Indicator here on this release, directed by Josef Von Sternberg, of course, and your cast includes a fantastic cast in this one. Marlene Dietrich is in there, Herbert, Marshall and Cary Grant is your main cast on this one. Again, let's just go through some interesting kind of scenes or notes that I made while I was watching this one here for the video. The swimming scene at the start of the movie, another iconic entrance of Marlene Dietrich in one of her movies. Interesting stuff. Kind of strange to see her in a family setting, kind of going through. I might have mentioned when I start making these discussion videos I'd never seen any Marlene Dietrich movies, so quite interesting to see her like in a family setting with a husband and a child in this movie here. The husband, basically the movie is the husband has an illness and needs a lot of money to be sent off to kind of recover or whatever, have a cure, to find a cure. So Marlene Dietrich sort of debuts in the club as the Blonde Venus in a gorilla suit, interestingly enough. So she kind of finds this millionaire who was Cary Grant's character, gets the $1,500 to give to her husband to send him off to get his cure for his illness and recover, and in the meantime kind of sort of abandons the husband and the family home and leaves with the kid to go off with Cary Grant's character. As I mentioned, the husband's sent off, and then she's kind of, the character is kind of conflicted then. Upon the husband's return from recovery, he finds the kind of home is abandoned. She's not living there. There's a custody argument at some point between them, which I thought was shot with a really kind of noir style lighting, dark in the shadows, and really interesting how it was done. Marlene Dietrich sort of goes on a run down with the kid and tells everyone she's no money to pay for anything, and sort of gets her way through, gets her way out of situations. Interesting. There's a detective sort of tracks her down and then doesn't realise it's her until she kind of reveals to him that it is her that he's after. She kind of there's like another interesting line in that kind of scene where she sort of gives up the kid and she just kind of keeps saying, I'm no good at anything, kind of revealing about what her character thinks of herself in the movie. So the husband turns up and leaves with the kid, and kind of in a brief kind of a scene, you kind of assume Marlene Dietrich's character sort of turns into a drunk and she's stumbling into this kind of I guess like bed set kind of place, and somehow kind of makes her way to Paris in the shows and the showgirl kind of aspect of stuff. Becomes really famous. There's a musical number in here where she's in a fantastic looking white tux and a white top hat, and we've seen her in the top hats before. She must be fond of those. You kind of get through some on-screen things, all like famous show actress quits after like making it big. She becomes engaged to Cary Grant's character and they kind of return to see the sun. Once again, there's some really interesting kind of noir style lighting. Cary Grant comes in and has a conversation with the husband, Herbert Marshall, and to say Marlene Dietrich's back and she wants to see the sun after this period of time. And they kind of do, which I found interesting, they have the dark and the shadow lighting on the husband character, Herbert Marshall, and they have the bright and the kind of spotlight light on Marlene Dietrich in the kind of bright light. I kind of found that interesting between the two settings, like they're making out the husband to be the bad guy through lighting in that scene. I wasn't too sure if I would agree with that, but that was just sort of interest to me watching that scene. And then once again, there's a funny kind of at the beginning of the movie, their kid here on the cover asked them to kind of recite the story of how they met and fell in love and all this to the Marlene Dietrich and Herbert Marshall's character. And at the end of the movie, the kid makes them do it again. It's kind of funny. It's a kind of a connection to the start of the movie, but they were just some interesting things I thought about watching this one for the first time. Blonde Venus. This I would be honest here and saying this wouldn't have been my favorite one out of the four that we've watched so far. A different type of movie, different type of character I thought for her. With the exception of the show girl actress kind of aspect of things. But yeah, just a couple of quick notes and stuff on this one to have a discussion here as in this series, so Blonde Venus. So I'd like you guys to let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie before, or if you have any thoughts or anything about what I've talked about here in the video about this one. And once again, if you are interested in picking this up, it is available in that fantastic box set by Indicator, Marlene Dietrich and Josef Von Sternberg at Paramount 1930 to 1935. So that's going to do it for another video here. Next one up in this series will be the Scarlet Empress from the box set, so stay tuned to the channel if you're interested in checking out that video. And you can also check out the previous 3 videos from this box set here on the channel. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel, and if you wouldn't mind considering hitting the bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching as always, and looking forward to seeing you guys on the next video.